Hey, fellow fast trackers. My name is Toni Rahlame, and together with my business partner Victor Willand, we've been fast track members now for a couple of years. We really love Ben's different tactics, and we probably implemented actually most of them, or mainly our employees. Our employees are also huge fans of Ben. So when Ben asked us to do this presentation for fast trackers, we were definitely more than happy to give back. So what I'm going to be talking about is about numbers, knowing your numbers. That's probably not exactly the topic that everyone loves, but knowing your numbers is definitely a crucial part in becoming a successful Amazon seller. So what I will be talking about is how to get executive summary of your global Amazon business in 60 seconds. We are all busy, so we don't have too much time to dig into different kinds of reports. So we really need an executive summary that tells us how are we actually doing. But first, you probably want to hear who are we and why should you actually even listen to us. So I can briefly tell you about our business. So we are at ASM4, so we started late 2014. We are currently selling in 10 different Amazon markets. So this includes all the Amazon markets except India and Australia, where we'll be going when it actually opens up. Currently we have one main brand and about 15 different products. I mean, we are constantly launching and ditching different products, and during this 3 year time, we have probably launched something about 300 different products. But these 15 are the ones that we have the main focus, and that's bringing the 90% of the revenue. So last December, we reached 1 million in US alone, and then on Black Friday, this is also from US, so we reached over 160k. So here you can see the different screenshots. So this is from December, and the one below is from Black Friday, both from the US account. And we have over 400,000 happy customers, so we really take good care of all our customers, since this is really a customer service business. I mean, without customers, we don't exist. So I founded this business together with my friend Victor, and it's good to point out that as personalities, we are actually completely different. If you choose a business partner, it's really important that you choose someone that actually complements your weaknesses, because that makes you a stronger team. Each person can then focus on the strengths instead of the weaknesses. In the beginning, Victor's strength was that he was like an immediate action taker, which meant that he's really fast on doing things, and he's like a bulldozer. But the weakness was that he wasn't very systematic and thinking about long term, which meant that you can easily burn out. And in the beginning, my strength was that I was very systematic, I was analytical, I was focused on the long term. But my weakness was that since I was very analytical, it actually made me slower. And what's interesting that's happened during the years that we have actually just by working together we have improved our weaknesses as well. So nowadays Victor is very much a systematic person, and nowadays I'm much more of a immediate action taker on whatever I do. So even though we have been focusing on our strengths, we have still had this kind of effect on each other. And then about our team. So currently we have around 40 employees in the Philippines and in China. We hired our first person pretty much exactly 2 years ago, and majority of the people we have now we hired in last year. So everyone works remotely from home, so we don't have any office or anything like that. Everyone is just working wherever they work from. And last December, we also hired a full-time HR manager and CFO from the Philippines. One of our goals for this year is actually that the company is in a state where it grows and evolves without the presence of its founders. So we want to build a completely self-organizing company, and we can do that using this framework called Holacracy. That means basically that our company is this like constantly evolving ecosystem consisting of independent cells. So this year we want to be in a state where both Victor and I can be away at the same time for 6 months with no negative impact on the business. So for this we actually need metrics, which brings us to the topic of this presentation. So first of all, we have a problem. Expansion adds complexity. More marketplaces means more data to track. We want to expand to as many markets as possible, but in order to do that, we need to have a system. Without a system, we are going to collapse. Simply because there's too many listings to handle. If we are selling one SKU in 10 different markets, that means that we have 10 different listings. With 10 SKU, it means 100 listings. With 15 SKU, it already has like 150 listings. So how can we track all these different listings? This means there's no easy way to know. Are you making money? Leaving money on the table? Or worse, actually losing money? What's the point to expand to new markets if we are actually losing money? And there's actually even more problems. There's no easy way to see Amazon ad data for all these different marketplaces. You set sales targets. For example, maybe you want to sell in total 1,000 units per day within 6 months. But you have no easy way to see are you on track to reach that target or not. And too many data points cause analysis paralysis. This is actually a huge problem because how can we expand to new markets if we don't know what we are doing? How can we actually make any good decisions if we don't have any data to support those decisions? But I can already guess what you're thinking. Tools solve everything, right? Well, sorry to disappoint you, but wrong. None of the tools actually solve the problem. None of the tools in the market support all these three different requirements. First of all, we need the ability to track all Amazon marketplaces. We need the ability to track actual versus forecast in order to know that are we actually on target to meet our goals. If we want to sell 1,000 units per day within 6 months, how can we know that are we on target on reaching that goal today? And third point is that we need to have the ability to add notes for each week. If we cannot add notes, we have no idea what we did, for example, 3 weeks ago, and what is the cause and effect. So here's actually a good quote. It's a lack of clarity that creates chaos and frustration. Those emotions are poison to any living goal. So we have now defined the problem. So what's the solution? So the solution is executive summary that gives you full clarity of your Amazon business. Summary that tells you in 60 seconds are you on track or not. Overall high-level view, yet with the capability to dig deeper into product details wherever necessary. So this sounds good, but how can we actually do it? Well, we have one single view in Google Sheets that tells you the trend per week in 60 seconds. Sold units, gross profit, profit from ads, detailed overview per product, and we need these by marketplace and per product, as well as overall figures. So first question is probably profit or revenue. Which one do we track? Well, sorry, but the revenue doesn't matter. Big numbers doesn't matter. Bottom line is the thing that matters. Are we making profit or not? And how much? So gross profit. How can we see easily gross profit per week, per market, total per market, average monthly, average weekly, average daily, and then the forecast? Are we getting closer to our goal or not? How long will it take us to reach our goal? So, would you like to see all these different figures on one page? So, here you go. I know this probably looks horrible, but let me explain. So here on the left we have the weeks. So in this image we have weeks from 16 until 28. On the top we have the marketplaces, then the monthly average, weekly average, and daily average. Then we have the total and forecast gross profit, and that's per month and week. So what's the benefit in actually having this? Well, first of all, you easily notice any kind of deviations, how profits fluctuate per week, how profits fluctuate per marketplace, and are we on track reaching our forecast? And most importantly, we can stop guessing. We can find out immediately if profits are going down and where. Then sold units in all markets. So we have all these figures in one tab. Total all units sold in all marketplaces per week, per product, total, and the forecasts. And additionally, the total monthly average, weekly average, daily average. So here we go. These columns here are different products. So PR1, product 1, product 2, product 3, and so on. So here we have the weekly figure for this specific product, and then the total. Then the weekly numbers for a specific product, and total, forecast, and then the different averages figures. So why do we need this? What's the benefit? Well, first of all, we can easily notice deviations. Are we selling more or less units every week? Is overall total increasing or decreasing? Are we on track reaching our forecast? And so we can actually make smart decisions based on actual data. We don't want to guess, we want to make smart decisions. We want every single product to be profitable in every single market. What's the point in launching new products or expanding to new markets if those are not all profitable? We need to be profitable. Then the Amazon ads. This can be a real pain to track. Profit from Amazon ads. So we can track per week, per marketplace, then the average monthly, weekly, and daily. When we have this, we can see which markets, if any, are bleeding money. So red here means bad. Red means we should immediately do something. It's screaming at us that do something. We cannot ignore data like this when it's actually screaming at our face. Then we also have the ability to dig into details whenever necessary, track product stats per week and per marketplace. So we have product specific data. We can see conversion, sessions, ad impressions, clicks, sales from ads, and profit. And we can see all this per week. And we can also write what was actually done on that specific week. So, what's the benefit? The benefit is once again that we can easily notice deviations per product, per week, per marketplace. We can see what was done, cause and effect, and now we know which product we need to start optimizing. Now we know where we need to put our focus on. When we have this data, we can make conclusions. Which product and marketplace we should start optimizing? Conversion, ranking, or profit? What do we start optimizing? Is our listing converting into sales? If not, then we need to optimize conversion. That's always the first thing to optimize. We need to have high conversion in all our listings. Then ranking. How is the ranking of our listings? If we have a good conversion rate, what's the ranking? Are we getting enough sessions to our listing? If conversion and ranking are good, then what about profit? Can we optimize profit? Can we get lower price or shipping costs? Or can we increase our selling price? What does our split testing look like? Now we can actually make smart decisions. And if 60 seconds is too long, I don't know, maybe you're a really busy guy. Well, then create graphs. We can have a 5-second view to see are we on track or not. Once we have the data in place, we can create any sort of graphs. So I guess next question is how to do this. Well, we can provide your virtual assistant specific steps. And I do mean your VA, not you. The one running the business shouldn't be the one actually creating the reports. So we can give first of all video tutorials how to get this data, how to create such sheet, and how to update it once a week. So you can download all the files here. Just go to this link to download all the different files, the videos and the templates. There's no opt-in or anything. You can just find all the links from this page. But I have made a password for the zip file. So the password is fasttrack1. All small caps and the number 1. Fasttrack1 all written together. So use these files in order to have this one-page view so you can actually make smart decisions. Knowledge is power. How can you run your business if you don't know your numbers? How can your employees know what they're doing if they don't know the numbers? It's crucial to have this information. Otherwise, you're just eventually gonna collapse one way or another. We developed this system because we didn't know if we are doing a good job or not. Are we actually getting results? Are we closer to our goals? You cannot lead your business without this information. You cannot lead your employees without this information. So it's crucial. As a business owner, you also cannot spend all your time just reading different kind of reports. I mean, before we developed this system, we had like a different report from each market, and that was simply a nightmare. That was like horrible to manage. But with this system, we can see the data in one page, and it takes seconds instead of like minutes and hours to go through this. I always want to have a quick view where I can see that, okay, are we doing good or not? So yeah, that's that pretty much sums it up. I just want to say thank you for listening, and hopefully you actually use this information. And thank you, Ben, for providing this opportunity. All right, take care.